Welcome to Management Simulation at the Platinum level. I hope you've already gone through the basic goal level and have learnt your lessons in the Management Simulation activity. This activity is going to be completely dependent on you getting through the goal cycle, and if you do not know what the goal cycle is, ensure that you look at the previous video. The goal of this simulation is for you to get at least a verbal acceptance from a customer and close a deal. So, again, this is all about closing a deal that matters in this cycle. So, this is what you do. The first thing is get introduced to discovery and problem solving. You'll be asked to lead towards the next steps. And leading will be about gathering the requirements of a customer and understanding how you can actually approach a customer, have problem solving discussions with them, and which is going to result in you having several different solutions so that this will lead to brainstorming a solution with the customer, resulting in a close of business. Now, close of business would mean at least a verbal acceptance from the customer is okay. So, again, remember, you have to have a discovery and problem solving discussion with the customer. You'll have to ensure that the customers move from one step to the next. You gather the requirements very intently, scope out a solution, and ensure that when you present the solution back to the customer, you get a verbal acceptance. So let's look at the activity. The first activity is you have to finish the goal level. Now, during the discovery stage with the customer, our suggestion is it is all about knowledge based business development. Do not sell, do not push. If you do not plan your activity with the customer, I can assure you there's going to be no value. You have to really understand the customer's business, which is the reason we say it is all about problem solving because customers want sales reps who can solve problems. And if you cannot, you just get one chance to do it right. Now, remember, selling and moving the customer along with a team takes several steps. You have to lead the customer from one step to the other along with your team. And of course, as you do that, that is the leadership that is needed for you to learn that when you get on live customer calls, your team is with you and they learn from you. That is how you develop the leadership aspects that is needed in today's teams. Gather exact requirements is another very important piece of the puzzle. Most customers have different requirements. They might say many things, but until or unless you really understand the customer and get the exact requirements down to the detail, it will never work because at the end of the other cycle, which is a diamond cycle, you will definitely fail in communicating right with the customer. Now, the next step is about developing a proposal, a solution with costs and all that stuff. You have to scope these requirements by understanding the customer, how much can they pay based on the budget, based on your team, because your team naturally wants to get paid. And then when you develop the proposal, remember, it doesn't have to be really a paper proposal. It can just be a verbal proposal. It is entirely up to you. But if you do not plan right and plan well and do not communicate internally with your team, when you bring the business, you'll observe that your team is not really happy. So you have to be very clear inside and with the customer. Then you get the customer to lead to the next step, which is to close the business deal. You get the customer, then take your proposal and say, these were the problems you have. Now, we are doing this project to help you solve these problems. Here's a team, 1, 2, 3 people. They're going to work on this project. Let us call this a proof of concept. Let's say $100 proposal. And here's the solution that we want to deliver to you. Are you okay with that? And the customer says, yes, I love it. I am good to go. Let's get started. That is when the platinum cycle ends and you come out victorious. If the customer does not provide you a verbal acceptance, you have to ensure that you complete another cycle to ensure that you get that acceptance from some other customer. So, as I said, guys, welcome to the diamond level, which is in the next video, and go through the other video on this page and understand the exact requirements at the diamond level.